Y'all tear this mother up. Get grimy and dirty. Straight street.
How street you want us to get?
You know how I like it, baby.
No rules?
Hell no, just do the damn thing. No rules. Let's do this!
You're now listening to the Secure the Bag podcast with the Pretty Grinders.
Y'all tear this mother up.
This is the Secure the Bag talk show.
You're now listening to the Secure the Bag podcast with the Pretty Grinders.
Hey, this is Renee. You guys will be right back. Tune in. Yo, it's your girl Duchess, the money maniac, the money fiend. Money make me. Come on in, y'all, and let's talk. Today we are talking about what I think is the very toxic superwoman platform that Tanae likes. We're talking about time management, making it all work for you. Like we said before, a lot of the audience that we work with and reach out with are side hustlers, parallelpreneurs. Too many P's in that word. So they have jobs, they have families, and they're also trying to work this business, this side hustle, and make this outside income. And then doing something, so there are a lot of balls that be up in the air, and they ain't the kind of balls you might want to jiggle. So, what you think about this tonight? How you feel? That pun right there, what was that? It is the word, that type of pun right there. That one, yeah, that threw me out the water right there. That one, it ain't the type of balls you wanna jiggle. Yeah, it's a juggling simile, like the balls in the air. You got your job, your 9 to 5 up there. Right. You said jiggle, not juggle. See. I got a speech impediment. Okay. I be impeded sometimes. But you guys, you know how I am. I feel like when we're ready to do these type of ventures, when we're ready to make these type of business moves, we have no excuses, and we have to instill time management. We have to instill money management. It's a lot of different variables that takes place, especially when you are a parapreneur. So yes, I think this is the show you would definitely want to tune in. If you missed any time from the previous show, this is the time you want to tune in. Like I said, we're all about securing the bag, the coins, however it relates to you. That's what we're about. Money. About the money, bag. Money, bag. Money. All about the money. Okay, so one concept I wanted to really touch on with new entrepreneurs is the concept of time management, how you allocate your time, how you schedule your time, deadlines. A big mistake that a lot of new business owners make is overextending themselves, taking on too many projects with too short of a deadline. For instance, if you are baking cakes and you just started your baking cakes out of your house, you have one oven, you have a certain amount of hands, you have a certain amount of time that you can produce these cakes. So you can't just jump out the starting blocks with your Vistaprint cards and your Canva flyers and take on 10 wedding cakes a week,
multi-level birthday cakes, cupcakes for the class party, and you're saying that I'm going to produce these cakes in 24 hours. And what happens a lot with new entrepreneurs is they do this and they become known as scammers. They become known as unprofessional. They become known as liars. And these traits are not part of their character, you know. That's not what they trying to do. They just overextended themselves. They took on too much work trying to produce this money and get these clients, and then they sell their business name, and their clients. So, realistic deadlines is so important to new business owners. Find out how long it takes you to produce what you need to produce. Find out what quality of material you need, and then give yourself a cushion. So if it takes you a day to make a cake, you're going to have yourself at least a 6-hour window for what if your oven get to tripping. What if you can't find your I'll make cakes. Hell, you can't find the little thing to squeeze the icing out. you need to have room in your deadline for accidents, because what can happen will happen. Is that the theory of relativity? It's a theory. It's a theory.
I would say this is probably like an extreme moment where I definitely wholeheartedly agree. I've actually been that type of entrepreneur where I launched something and I basically launched the ideal of it because it hadn't had the content at the time. So I do have 2 ebooks that I just launched that I co-curated with Duchess. How to Boss a Business is my female version. My male version is Boss 101. But previously, I
plug.
I released the cover of How to Boss a Business, and I had a buyer of, I guess you could say, a customer from Texas. He was from one part of Texas or whatever, and he had a fiance. She wanted to do this, she wanted to do that, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't expecting. I just was like doing like a pre-lunch, like, hey, you guys get prepared, because where we're from, a lot of people don't have a lot of leisure money, so it's kind of like you got a pre-lunch, at least to let them know to set something aside to be able to support your event or whatever, what have you. And, you know, they're in a more economically prominent area, and he purchased it right then and there. Like right then and there, I got a notification on Cash App, and it was like, where's the book? So I had to go in, take time, edit, ensure that everything, all of the content was there, because I don't do rush jobs. And while I'm doing that, he's consistently messaging me like, okay, I sent you the money. Did you receive the money? Sending me screenshots. Where's the book? So had he not been understanding, it would have looked like I was a scammer, because I didn't set that up in that manner to scam. I set that up in that manner because the people that I am surrounded around need to be told about something like probably 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. However, we are on a social media platform, and this is worldwide.
A global, international economy. And that's why the idea of a truly oversaturated market is bull. Like, this is a global economy. So you don't need to have your support be in your hometown. Most entrepreneurs will tell you that your support will not be in your hometown. Like, currently, I'm not employed by anybody. I'm totally self-employed at this point. I do not make money from people in a 50-mile radius, 150-mile radius. Safe to say that every sale, every content deal, every contract that I've signed, with the exception of one, has been outside of the state that I'm in. But when I did start to make money, I had to rely on my planner, rely on my calendar, and enter things in, schedule time to create this content, to get this to these people so that I can fulfill my obligations. Because when you get into this business, you cannot fail to fulfill your obligations. You, as quickly as your opportunities come, they will leave. So that's why the concept of Superwoman comes up. Because guess what? You ain't going to be able to jiggle all them balls.
Juggle.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. That's my accent. You know I got that accent.
That's you know.
When she brings me to the drink of the day, the Patron citrus with my favorite mixer, pineapple juice. It's the Pretty Grinders drink of the day. We can also call that the Virgo drink of the day. Shout out to the Virgos. Happy birthday to y'all. I don't really mess with you, but enjoy your day. Enjoy your day.
Also, like I said, I want to take out this time to congratulate myself and Ms. Duchess on our new release of our book, Boss 101. Boss 101 is a all-male audience book. I didn't want to seem like a feminist. Like I was all about the ladies. I mean, I am, but
she didn't want to be herself in front of masses.
You know that I ain't want to think or know who I really am.
But I'ma just drink this, sip on this Patron. You know, it makes me sweat. I can't be the only one that white liquor make them sweat, dog. Like it makes me sweat. Like my body thinks it's toxic. It's trying to get it out. Like it makes me sweat.
That is actually a side effect of alcohol. But yes, you guys, we actually finally finished the book. And the book is available right now. It is an ebook, and it will be available to purchase on Amazon in paperback form. So if you're like me and you like to have something to refer back to that is tangible, you can go and purchase it on Amazon real soon. In
She's
paperback
saying she
form.
likes to write on stuff.
I do. I like to have, and it does have a note section. So if your husband or your fiance or a boo that you plan on, spending the rest of your life with is not on the level of entrepreneurship that you are on, appoint him to this book. This book will help him in his own way form his own business. Men do not like to feel emasculated. They do not like to feel like they were not able to accomplish a certain amount of success without someone assisting them along the way. So this book right here is perfect.
This book right here, nigga?
For him.
This one right here, nigga?
This one right here. That's perfect for him. Because you know what?
And bring it up and tying back to the concept, the theme of the show, the Superwoman complex. I call it a complex. You consider it a superpower. When creating this book, did you experience, those perfectionistic issues where it wasn't good enough, it wasn't long enough, it didn't go deep enough into the topic, it wasn't going to make, people free of the bonds of working a 9-to-5, and it wasn't going to free people from poverty and poverty mindsets? Like, did you experience that it just wasn't good enough, so you kept holding on to the work and not releasing what you had because it wasn't perfect?
Actually, yes. I was feeling like that. I feel somewhat feel like that about all of my work. Like I'll re-question my work even after it's submitted, even after it's purchased and I receive accolades on it. I still feel like, was it something that I could have put in there that I didn't put, or did I provide them all the information that they needed? And and am I really going to help this person? So how did I do this differently to kind of avoid that level of anxiety that I get from work that I put out? Because when my name is attached to something, I don't care what it is, it has to have substance. It has to be concrete. It has to say exactly what it is, and it has to do exactly what it says it does. Otherwise, I feel like that is a failing representation of me. And I'm not going to fail me, and I'm not going to misperceive anyone about me. I'm not going to allow that to happen. So how I did it this time is, give me your reviews. I don't care how ugly, I don't care what the reviews are. Give me the 100, 200, 300% truth that you could provide. I need all truth. And I will publicly post them. Before I released this book, I reviewed it. People that purchased it, I was like, send me your reviews. Send me immediately. Like, I think I probably called my first 5 customers back multiple times. Like, I just kept calling, like, hey, do you like it? Hey, did you like it? Like, their voice will ease my anxiety, not my own.
Okay. And if there is any single human being, and I know there are more than one, there is more than one person that this resonates with. This is April. Stop doing that shit. Stop doing that shit yesterday. Stop it. Stop it. Fucking stop it. Because, like, this is why women get paid less than men. You're afraid to negotiate your worth. You're afraid to demand what you're worth because you feel you have to show your worth, then earn the money. Guess what you were doing while you were showing your worth? At a lesser rate, losing money that you will never recover. When you're scared to sell a product, every day you sit on that product that somebody would have bought it, you're losing money. It was a paradigm shift for me to start charging consult fees. Like, it had to be beaten into my consciousness to charge people for my time when they were talking about my work. Like, because people will waste your time. And this is not just in relationships. This is in business relationships. This is in work relationships, educational, any type of relationship. People will waste your time. Stop feeling as though you have to prove your value when you're going to provide a service. That service proves your value. I don't give a damn if you're going to work at TJ Maxx folding shirts. You tell them you want what the man that's folding the shirts get. You want industry, negotiate. You want payment up front, and you have to find a level of confidence in what you're doing. You can't get that level of confidence from feedback after you've undersold your product. If you have a book that you should be selling for $20 and you're selling it for $10, and somebody comes back and says, hey, you should have sold this book for $20, you already lost $10. And how many times do you need that reassurance to get your bag? This securing the bag. You can't be afraid to get that bag. You can't be afraid to put yourself, your product, your service out there in front of people. That's the only way that you're going to get better. That's the only way you're going to get legitimate feedback. Because when people put their money behind it, guess what? They're going to come to you and tell you, that was good or that needs improvement. But it gives you the option to build a rapport with that customer. So if they come back and say, hey, I would have loved if that book had a little bit more of this in there. You know what? I can schedule you a free conference call. And we can discuss that a little bit in detail, but that conference call needs to be no longer than 15 minutes, and you need to stick to your guns on that being 15 minutes. And at the end of that 15 minutes, you need to be booking them for a paid conference call. But if you are continuously afraid to say, this is my worth, this is what I put this amount of time into this product, if similar products are going for this price, if I can't get something comparable because I'm new, I need to still price my stuff so people see the value who are looking at that other product. Because guess what? When you go look at Clorox and it's $5.88, and you look at Dollar General brand and it's $1.98, guess what you're going to do? Pick that label up and see what's wrong with it? Because it's too cheap.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And I think actually in that situation, insecurity kind of came from me being a woman, telling me, you know, being an entrepreneur. And a lot of times it's very few men in my life that I had interactions with that they were not intimidated. So it's like usually when you are intimidated, you withhold information. You withhold, like, substantial information about this person. Like, if I meet you and I know for a fact it's something I can learn from you, I'm not going to attempt to learn from you because I'm intimidated. So the thing was, it was kind of like, how can I point to my audience? Am I pointing to my audience? Am I offending my audience? Because these are, once again, men who have been, you know, brought many ways of emasculation, like many ways. We're talking about way throughout our history on up until now. And although everybody else but their black women should be, you know, their enemy, it's not like that. We are. So it's like it's a different level of mentality. It's not necessarily that I'm trying to please you or I'm trying to earn your acceptance. I am trying to get eye level with my audience. And I'm trying to see are you...
I disagree, because you said out of your own dialogue that you want to ensure that everything is in the book. So I'm withholding the book, and I'm looking for a response in some type of dialogue with the people that bought the book to let me know that the book is substantial. So
me pleasing you, I'm gonna tell you this. Me pleasing you and me educating you are two different things. It's two different things. Pleasing you is to your satisfaction of whatever you prefer. A lot of people may not prefer to be educated.
We're not gonna get caught up in the verbiage here, because you didn't say. I asked them. I looked to see if they were educated. You didn't say I gave them a post test after they read the book to see if they had learned something. You said you went to them for feedback to see if they were pleased with the book, if they were satisfied with the book. That's your own statement. And guess what? If you were concerned with educating them in that platform, you would have knew that I had in that book that they needed to know, and I don't need to follow up with them about how they feel about the book.
That's my work. Like, at the end of the day.
And if it's your work, you know your work. You know the quality of your work.
At the end of the day,
Michelle Obama
like,
might come and see if you enjoyed her book.
You ought to care about your platform. Like, you to me, I feel like you ought to
Nah,
care.
You BS.
I don't feel like you should take that as to me, that's, come on now. That's a hint of narcissism. Like, I don't need your feedback. I know what I did isn't correct. No, that's not.
No, that's confidence. Narcissism is to say that I feel that I am all. I feel that who I am is why the book is good. Like, I wrote it. AKA, I'm Tanae, bitch. That's narcissism. But confidence in your product is saying, I know what I produced. I don't have to follow up with the people that bought my book to see if my book was good.
I disagree.
Now,
I disagree.
if you want to say,
I've
hey,
worked for companies.
what did
I've
you
worked
learn
for
from the
companies
book?
that are in multiple different states, and they pay employees to do follow-ups.
That's not on the product. 90% of the time, those are customer service follow-ups, not product follow-ups, because those companies you work for did not produce those products.
All in one. They're going to ask you, how was your product when it was delivered to you? Is it substantial?
That's the quality of the product.
Did we meet your needs?
Exactly. Because I've seen the same surveys, and they're 90% customer service. And then they want to know if the person that worked for me damaged your product. If the quality of the product was skewed because the box was damaged, was it scratched or dented?
I could be the nicest person. But if that product is not of quality or is not up to par from your opinion and you purchased it, because there are a lot of people, you got to think about it at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur also entails that you are a salesman. And a lot of people, there are numerous of entrepreneurs and numerous of salesmen who are probably selling cars, furniture, whatever, what have you, that they will
I guess
tell
who's
you
not contacting them? Buick isn't contacting them. It's the company that sold the product. It's not the manufacturer. It's not the creator of the product. So it still goes back to it doesn't negate what I say. It's not Tempur-Pedic contacting me to see if I like that mattress. It's the store that I purchased the Tempur-Pedic from. It's not Chevy contacting me to see if I like my Camaro. It's the lot that I purchased the Camaro from. Because guess what? I know my product. So if that product has an issue, I'm going to recall it. But my product in general, I'm confident with it. And if you don't have that confidence in your product, you're going to solicit bad news.
Wrong. In the midst of recalls come about from customer feedback. Your posters on in Walmart. If you are a reoccurring customer in Walmart, you go right there to the customer service desk. The posters are right there to your left, depicting on how the area is set up. It may be on your right, but it's going to have customer reviews. It's going to have the level of percentage. And guess what? It's going to say this product is on recall.
Krispy Kreme not going to ask you, do you like my recipe? And if they do, they're gonna get no. Because if you solicit negative feedback, you will get it. If you ask for negative feedback, you will get it. Walmart not gonna ask you, do you like the layout of my store?
Nope. But they still are gonna base their level of recalls off of the customer's feedback.
Okay, which they didn't
not
solicit.
Not off of WAFB stating that a kid died from this. Not that. This is going to go off of their customer feedback. So this is the thing. When you're building yourself as an entrepreneur and stating that you want to stand behind your product, there is nothing wrong with that. Now, if you feel like you should go about it a certain way to stand behind your product, then you do as you feel, because at the end of the day, that's your product. But
do not solicit negative feedback, because I guarantee you will get it. You will get it. You will get it. If you ask people what they didn't like about something, if they had nothing negative in their, and it's psychologically proven, if they did not have anything negative in their mind, they will think of something because you asked them what they did not like. Now, the concept of, hey, I'm following up, did you get my product? You know, I hope you enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. Fifth, now you can come and respond to that, but I'm not going to solicit negative feedback because I'm going to get negative feedback. And because of how a lot of people's minds work, you already are stuck. you already are in a position where I can't release it because it's not perfect. I can't open it because the concept is not completely worked out. That's not how any major business started. If Amazon started in a basement, if FedEx started on a bike, you're not gonna start off perfect. Launch it, release it, get it out there, grow from it. Grow from it. But don't sit there and get stuck up in negativity because people will bring that to you. Don't solicit it. Don't be fed off accolades. Because if you can't produce that motivation from yourself and you need somebody to tell you that you're doing good, that what you have is good, that your concept is good, that your food is good, that your drink is good, you won't stay in business long. Statistics also show that people are much more likely to report a complaint than a positive experience. There are people all day long that go to McDonald's and get their food, and it's right, it's hot, and it's on time. I ain't never, ever, ever, ever saw a review that said I went to McDonald's, I got my food, it was right, it was hot, and it was on time. They're going to tell you about the cold fries. The cheese was wrong. I told them no pickles. They put it on there. But clearly, the overwhelming majority of people orders are right because McDonald's lines still wrap around their building.
I don't think that's from it being right. That could be from convenience. That could be.
That's a fact. That's a statistic that I know. From
you then went to McDonald's. You are a customer of McDonald's. It's not one time that I have heard you say, "I'm going back because my order always right."
Exactly.
Never.
But is
never
my order overwhelmingly more right than is wrong? Yes. My order is overwhelmingly right more than it is wrong. But I will tell you, every time I go to this McDonald's, they get my order wrong. That ain't true. But that's just how the human mind is ultimately negative. It's supposed to be a survival mechanism. That's what they say in biology. That's how people stay alive, by being negative. But the human mind is overwhelmed. But if I'm honest, my order is overwhelmingly right more than it is wrong. But the one time they get it wrong, I'm gonna say that shit always wrong. But it ain't true. And that's the type of negativity that businesses, and you don't have the skin for it. If you solicit it and you wallow in it, you will close your door. Because that negativity is what customers bring to your business. Because it is the mentality of the human mind.
I can't speak for that. That's something I just can't agree with. Like, that's something that
you don't have to agree because it's statistically proven. You could Google it.
Won't resonate with me because even in my lifetime as a salesman, even in my profession as a salesman, I did follow up myself because I felt like I always needed to be the first line of communication. I did a follow up, even though I got paid. I got paid. It's on my check. It clearly states you kept the furniture. So I guess I should assume that everything went well because you kept the furniture. You did no return. I didn't get no chargeback off my check. But no, me being me, because like I said, and I'm going to keep saying,
that's a waste of time. That could be used for money-generating activities. This is secure the bag, not make yourself feel like you are an excellent employee. Don't waste time on stuff that's unnecessary when you can be doing money-generating activities. That is not a money-generating activity. You ain't securing the bag, calling and proving that you are an extremely savvy phone operator.
Wrong. You're securing the bag because I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it again. A lot of salesmen thrive off of be-back customers. Number one, the biggest thing in marketing is word of mouth. So if Sasha comes to me and purchase my book, do you think that me advertising my book on social media is going to out-advertise her mouth? Wrong. Sasha go back and tell her family members, 5 family members, that she enjoyed my book. That's 5 sales. Sasha go back and tell her family members that she was treated well during her purchase in my book. That's 5 sales. Word of mouth, and this is statistically proven, word of mouth will always provide you more customers than any type of networking you could do. A lot of salesmen, and I'm going to say it because repetition is going to instill it in listeners' heads, thrive off of feedback customers.
A lot of them do, but a lot of them thrive off social media marketing. A lot of them generate cash flow from posting on social media and networking and expanding their network. A lot of them thrive off of responding to posts on a Camaro ad when I'm saying, hey, okay, we got that car over here. So, yes, that's big business, but I'm talking about small business. You're using stats from your corporate world. This is not corporate world. This is you hustling. This is, I ain't making money for no multi-billion dollar company. I'm paying my light bill. So what you need to be doing is money generating activity. If you want to follow up, that need to be what? Put into a certain time frame. I can't follow up every time something delivered to you. Because what happened when my volume kicked up? What happened when I'm not selling one ebook a day? What happened when them things banging? I can't send everybody an email and send everybody a follow-up call. That's impractical. I'm losing money trying to follow up behind 1,000 $20 ebook sales when I got a coaching practice that I'm charging for $5.95, when I got group sessions that I'm charging for XYZ, when I got ghostwriting packages that I need to get off of. That's impractical. That's only a corporate mentality where you have the time to follow up behind each sale.
In that case, if your volume is excelling that rapidly, the smartest and most ideal thing to do at that time is to get you a virtual assistant or any assistant of that matter, because then you don't need to be handling phone calls, then you don't need to be providing emails, and then when you have a certain level of volume, it's not going to be a one-man band anymore.
Baby, You automate. You have an automatic email sent with the purchase of that says, thank you for blah, blah, blah. This is how you contact and connect with me. But phone calls to people per sale, that's for a major amount of money being spent, not for somebody that's just starting out with a few products that they need to get out. You need to be concentrating on expanding those products and getting you some higher-end services. You need to constantly be trying to get you big-ticket services. And what's going to happen is because you're starting off with the superwoman syndrome, you're not going to go out there and automatically launch you a coaching session that's going to be $1,500 for a month. You're not going to automatically go out there and launch you a webinar series that's going to be $395. You're going to start off with you some $15 books. You're going to start off with you a planner. You're going to start off with a cake, a birthday cake set up. You're going to start out with a full face beat. You're not going to start off with the type of things that's going to make you a lot of money. You're not going to start off with makeup tutorials and classes. You're not going to start off with, I'm going to teach you one-on-one how to beat your own face, but it's going to be $150 for 30 minutes. So what you need to be doing once you've launched those entry-level items is figuring out how you can launch more pricey items where one sale is going to produce a significant stream of income. You need to be generating money, period. Now, there's going to be a time when you got your system set up and you selling those big-ticket prices. If you're selling a $1,500 coaching package, you're damn right you need to call whoever bought it. And you need to, but you don't need to call them. You need to send them a link to set up a consult with you. for free. But you need to send them a link and say, hey, this is my calendar. Pick you a date and a time, and we're going to talk. If they didn't spend upwards of a certain amount of dollars with you, that's when you make yourself accessible. Because if you are widely accessible to anybody, it'll look like you ain't doing nothing. That's why you charge consulting fees.
At this point, this is the thing. When you're becoming an entrepreneur, you need to do things in sequential order. Bouncing back and forth, speaking on hypothetical situations, none of that is concrete. We're going from if you're making $30 a day from your side hustle to if you're making $1,500 a day to your side hustle. It's a case-by-case basis.
No,
so
that's
if
rough.
you're making $30 a day for whatever reason, however your line of communication is, I feel as though if that's how you operate, that's how your branding works. That's your business. This is your baby we're referring to. We're not talking about some Joe Blow thing where everything gotta be like this. This has your signature on it. This is what sets you apart from everybody else. So let's just say if I'm doing $30 a day from ebooks, I'm sorry, that's 2 ebooks a day. And mine go from a follow-up phone call versus if I'm doing 60 ebooks a day, it's going to be automated email. All I'm saying is you should always be able to maintain contact with your buyers. You should always be able to maintain contact with your buyers. Now, however you get that done, that's going to speak on however you are. That's you, because these are their individual signatures on their businesses. These are their individual personalities. How you operate may not be how I operate. At the end of the day, it's one common goal. The common goal is to get you from being inside of a workplace punching a time clock. The common goal is to get you from being, I guess, oppressed in the situation to where you're making somebody else rich while you're living paycheck to paycheck. That's to get you from that environment. That's the one common goal, to get you from out of that state to where.
And guess what? I'm going to tell you what not to do, because that's what I do. That's what this platform is about. And I'm going to tell you, don't start and then you can't finish. Because if I bought her first ebook and she called me and she got to the point where her ebook was doing volume, then I got an email, I'm going to feel like she started making some money and she switched up. Now she thinks she all that. And guess what it's going to show? That you wasn't making no money at first when I bought the first one because you called me, but now you're making money. You're too busy to call. Don't start no crap you can't finish. Consistency is a wonderful factor to bring up.
Consistency is actually a wonderful factor to bring up, and that is exactly why I tell anyone I'm talking to, it is very important to get you a virtual assistant or any assistant of that.
Hell no, I want to talk to you. You called me the first time. You called me the first time. Who is this? Who is Ming? I don't know her.
That's the purpose of being an assistant, because they will, hold on, they will, number one, introduce themselves and introduce their purpose of calling. I have very rarely came into a situation where somebody is just like, I demand to speak to this person because it was just so wonderful.
It's the perception. It's the perception. Because Tanae called me. I bought this from Tanae. You've been in sales. And then the same thing happens in sales. If I bought this bed from Tanae and it broke, she didn't deliver this bed to me, but I want to talk to Tanae. Because that's who my rapport is from. That's why I continue purchasing these items, because I know, like, and trust Tanae, and those are the 4 things that make people buy. know, like, and trust. Well, 3, know, like, and trust. They got to know, like, and trust you. So once they know, like, and trust you, baby, you can sell them anything. But I don't have that factor with Lulu that you got calling me. I don't care if she represents you. You called me last time.
My moment of transparency, this is my moment of transparency. There have been times while I was a salesman that the person refused to speak to the person that's actually over me, who can actually get the job done. And guess what? This goes back to what I said. Guess who answered that person's cell phone? Guess who answered that Google number? Me. And guess what happened?
Don't start that crap, y'all. Don't start it.
Hold on. I done had situations where I done got a $5,000 sale, which equivalent from that particular employer $500 in commission. And guess what? Because I handled that situation, and I took that phone call when I could have just been like, I got 6 other motherfuckers on the floor, and I'm gonna go handle them. I don't want to hear what you gotta say. She done brought in a sister. She done brought in this person. And you, again, reiterating that's a corporate mentality. But when you are not a corporate employee, you cannot operate under a corporate mentality because you will set the expectation, like you did, that I am the all. Tanae is the one. You going to call Tanae when you like something, when you don't like something. And if you have a multitude, because when you have a corporate job, you only have a set amount of their clientele that you will ever interact with. But when it is your brand, 100% of those interactions are yours until you can afford to hire somebody else. So if you have a client base that feels as though they should talk to you every time they buy something that is nominally priced, your items might go from anywhere from $15 to maybe when you're starting off, most people be shy in the range of $15 to $150. So this person has made you a nominal amount of money, but they want your direct attention, which costs money because you're an entrepreneur. So if you set them up in that way, in that corporate mentality, you're going to run yourself raggedy. You You have to make yourself not as available as you were in the corporate world. If you watch and you deal with and you interact with any of these major entrepreneurs, the Karen Silvers, the Ming Lees, you're not about to talk to them people because you bought the tab or because you purchased something that they were advertising. You're not about to talk to Ming, baby. You're gonna pay her a consult fee. You're gonna go see her at a workshop, but you're not gonna call her because you purchased. And it could be a large purchase. You could have got you a bundle deal. It's $600. You're still not about to talk to me because her time is not set up in that way. She wouldn't get anything done if she talked to every customer that produced $1 for her. If you think of any of the celebrities that y'all allowed to sell y'all, I don't care if it's a Fashion Nova dress, you're not about to talk to them people. You're not about to take up time that they're using to generate income to produce their lifestyle. Don't set yourself up. Unless you don't believe you're ever gonna be a big business or a big brand, don't babyside and pacify them customers. Because they're not gonna take it well when you're too busy for them. You're gonna be changed on them. You're gonna think you're too good. You're gonna got some money and change now. Girl, Tanae used to call me every time I buy one of them little funky ass books. Now she sent me to Ming. I don't know. I don't know.
Because you consistently want to provide that customer service that I call corporate customer service.
I feel
and ain't nothing wrong with it. And I feel the same way. My shit got to be good, too.
Like me personally, you may not be able to do what I do. But I've been watched people that own businesses that make more than me. Way more than me. I mean, just leave right now in the middle of working and shut shop down and still going to be straight for the next 6 months. Handle things like I do. And then I've seen people who make more than me could shut shop down right now and be straight for 6 months, don't handle things like I do. So I'm going to always tell people this. It goes by who you are. There are a lot of people out there in the world couldn't walk in my shoes. There are a lot of people out there in the world who couldn't walk in my shoes. That's true. But guess what? You know how many people who, if I'm telling them in this time, day, and age, or let's just say 5 years ago, even in 5 years ago, 5 years up until this time, day, and age, I'm doing XYZ to get XYZ done. And in the process of me doing XYZ, it probably consists of working 2 jobs, going to 2 different schools. One may be out of pocket, the other one may be financial aid, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and being a single mom of 3, and doing this and doing that. They look at me like there is no possible motherfucking way I could do all that and still have my sanity. However, I can.
What's the trade-off?
Time. Sleep.
What you became an entrepreneur for? What was the whole purpose of becoming an entrepreneur? Time freedom and money freedom. If you don't put automation in place to get those 2 things, you might as well have stayed an employee, work 9 to 5, got that for show check, got some good old vacation days, and stayed in a rat race. Or you're going to wear yourself out because you are, of course, this is the whole issue behind this debate we're having. She believes Superwoman exists, and if she do, I'm trying to put kryptonite on her territory because she got to go. She is toxic. The whole concept of Superwoman is toxic to the woman, it's toxic to the family, it's toxic to mental health, it's toxic to health. It creates levels of stress that cause cancer, it causes stroke. Heart disease is one of the top killers of women, especially black women, and it's because you walk around with a world on your shoulders because you put it there.
This is where I disagree. If I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, let me tell you something, and these are in my books. The cost of entrepreneurship, I actually did an interview while I was doing Boss 101. I did an interview with a guy that is a photographer. He travels all over the United States, New York, Washington, D.C., California. He does landscapes, actual people, just all different types of things. He's like amazing with his photography. I asked him, I say, what would you have done different during your entrepreneurship? I wouldn't have quit my job while I was pursuing entrepreneurship. See, people may think, you're being Superwoman to take care of your kids. That very well may be true. Or I'm being Superwoman to also take care of my kids while taking care of my business. Because if I'm beginning to launch a business or have begun a business, the money ain't start flowing in. So it's one of those situations where you could tell the person Rome wasn't built in a day.
You leaving some of them balls you jiggling. Yeah, jiggling. Out jiggling them balls.
Jiggling.
What do you got? Kids, yeah. You have a job, yeah. You have a business, true. You also are in school. And you also think you need a man. Have to want a man. Right? You have to meet the want a man.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear? I want y'all to hear what she said. This is another reason why I say Superwoman exists. Because even if
because you ain't got no man.
no, even if you display Superwoman, let the world see you display Superwoman for one moment. I don't feel like you could display Superwoman for the rest of your damn life.
That's why she don't exist. Because when they see you with a backpack on, going to your job, after you put the baby on the bus and you're trying to call this man who you fell asleep on last night, but he think you was laid up with Ray right now because you're always tired. And then they don't see when you go to the bathroom and work clothes and start and just cry because you're just mad, just frustrated and horny. They don't see that.
What the hell? What the hell?
Superwoman there. That ain't Superwoman right there. That ain't what that is.
That's who it was. It was super horny. That's what it was.
Super steadily frustrated. You gotta put one of them. You can't jiggle them all up. So when you try to, the Superwoman for sidetrack, you feel like a failure because why I can't jiggle all these balls I want to jiggle. And
y'all, this
man
on my nerves.
They got a man somewhere saying, my mama jiggled all the balls in the neighborhood. My mama had 3 jobs and 7 baby daddies. Mama got 4 kids. Exactly. And she cooked every day. And she changed her own oil in her car with no oil pan. Like the concept, I hate the concept because I feel like it puts women into situations where I got to outman your mammy. Now I got to go out there and put the antifreeze in my car with my mouth. Because this bitch changed oil for no oil pan, worked 3 jobs, had 4 kids with 7 daddies, got 2 degrees, opened up a child care center, watched all the kids, then at night it was a club. But I said, dead, I know it. I guess you better start planning for the funeral. Because I'm giving gates on gate side, damn it. This woman has launched 3 businesses, wrote 2 books, trying to go to an online school and an in-person school. 9 to 5, and talking about, well, can you think you can hold it down while I go get my CDL? Then I'm going to call everybody that buy anything from me. But I got a whole website of 17,000 items. But let them buy a ponytail holder. I'm finna call them. Like it's, I just, no, stop it. You can't do all this.
Y'all, we literally get into it in person, and it's way worse than what's on the show. Like, way worse. Like, I would come up with an idea.
I won't hear that shit.
She'll say, how the hell you gonna do that and do this? Hey, you already doing it, and then you over there doing it. When you pass out, you just gonna fucking pass out, and I'm gonna leave you there. And I'm like, what the hell?
Roll on the side, make sure she don't swallow her tongue, because I told her. Ain't no such thing. Let's stop it. Be the best you can be. Fulfill yourself, but you cannot fulfill the ideals of society. Like I said, I've run across the most financially insecure, culturally aware, poorly educated, erectile
that ain't got nothing to do with them people business. No.
Premature ejaculatory men that want to tell me how amazing they mom was. Like, how she made you then? Did she emasculate you in the process? Because clearly, if she could change all 4 of her ties at one time, what is left for you to do in the world?
Without the time, right?
Nothing. Just balancing it on her foot.
y'all. So basically now we're going to get in the position of the day. We're going to close out the show, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. So
the position of the day is pick that nigga up and fuck him against the wall, because
next show we will be talking about skin color, the brown paper bag, and how people act like there are 3 different shades of black. That's the next show. All right, and we're going to close it out. We do understand that we didn't have time for any type of music. So, DJ, we're going to close it out with some music.
we're going to have one.
Oh.